Tom Zara was our daughter's mathematics student teacher at Macomb Christian Schools of Warren, Michigan in the fall of 2008. At the beginning of the school year, our daughter announced that Mr. Zara would be student teaching her calculus class for the first semester. At first we were a bit apprehensive, but upon meeting Mr. Zara early in the year at a parent orientation setting, we were struck at his maturity and felt that this would be a good experience for all involved. In the ensuing weeks and months, we often solicited feedback from our daughter on how things were going in calculus. She was positive in her comments regarding his knowledge, teaching style, and friendliness. Similarly, she commented that he thoroughly explained mathematical concepts and was willing to explain things using different approaches when students didn't understand a particular principle. Sometimes, to her consternation, he also explained why certain mathematical principles or techniques were utilized. As parents, we appreciate this approach to teaching because we feel it's imperative to teach how to think analytically, reason, and solve issues rather than learning to solve math by memorizing formulas, crunching numbers, and teaching to the test. We often saw Mr. Zara after school hours at school sporting events and other school activities. In these encounters, it could be easily discerned that Tom had a genuine appreciation and zeal for the students and their lives outside the academic realm. In our view, Mr. Zara strove to understand the other facets and interests of his students. Finally, we also met with Mr. Zara one-on-one during parent-teacher conferences, and it was apparent that his record-keeping was meticulous and he had a good grasp of our daughter's performance in his class. He was at ease speaking and interacting with us and has a maturity that belies his age. We would highly recommend Mr. Tom Zara as a mathematics educator. I'm Tom Newman.
I like having Mr. Zara as a teacher because he goes out of his way to help people. He makes the work easier and just makes the atmosphere fun.
Because he gives us candy.
I like Mr. Zara because he is an amazing person and explains things to us that we can understand easily. He makes sure that each of his students understands the lesson, and he'll take time out of his own day and his own schedule to make sure that that happens.
He comes to all of our volleyball meets.
I like Mr. Zara because he's really good at math and really good at teaching math.
Because he makes things easy to learn and understand.
I like Mr. Zara because he's cool.
He can relate to every single one of his students.
He's a very giving person, and he's always there for students when they need extra help.
I like Mr. Zara because he's a lot of fun.
He makes the work easier than it really is.
I like Mr. Zara because he's an awesome teacher.